Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavet Movies. My name is John and we've just had a week off work and we went across to Fopp in Edinburgh. I'll leave a link to that video down below in the description if you want to check it out if you haven't seen it already. And obviously this week we've been out and about and I followed on in buying some more physical media, and I went to a few different shops, so I'm going to show you what I picked up from there. Also, I've got 3 things to open in the post which have come from Amazon, which I've ordered, and I'll get into them. So first of all, we went across to the Metro Centre in Gateshead to check out HMV, and when we got there it was shut. So it was like National Lampoon's Vacation when Wally World was shut. So I went up and asked about it and they said it would be open within a week. Well, obviously we were there, so I went across to CEX, and predominantly what I was looking for, more than just, if there was any decent films in there, I was looking for a clear case. Now the reason why I was after a clear case was when I've got this one here, which is in the Italian Classics collection, it came in a blue case. Now all the other ones which are over there are slip cases, and they've got clear cases, and you can really see it when you're walking past on the shelf. Well, I can anyway, that there's a blue case there. And as you know, my whole thing with cases and slip covers, it's a bit crazy. But anyway, so I thought if I can find one, I'll get one from there. So there was one in there. It was only £1. So when I put that one into the Doll of Satan, then all balance will be restored in the universe. So this was good, I thought. But when I opened the box, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now this is kind of next level CEX stuff. I can't believe sometimes the howlers that they make in CEX when you order. And this has been the second time that I've got the wrong disc from the Metro Centre. Now the thing about that is it's quite a distance away from my house. There's no way I'm going to go back for £1. But the next time I'm in there, I'm going to take this, well, not with this case, I'm going to take this disc back. I don't even want the movie, if I'm honest. I'm just going to say, can I be £1 back, please? So when I was in there, I got talking to a guy called Ernie, and he told me this great story, which I'm going to tell you now. I asked Ernie if it was okay to tell everybody the story, and he said, yes, no problem. So we were talking just generally and chit-chatting about movies and what movies I was picking up and what I should have looked at. Well, I should have looked at this when I come out of the shop. Usually I do look at the disc, but I thought, well, I don't even want this disc anyway, but I would have preferred to have the right disc in the right box, call us old-fashioned like that. So anyway, so Ernie, we were talking about this and that, and Ernie told me the story about a good few years ago. He was working in Florida, and he was a security guard, and Ernie and this other security guard were asked to do a job in Universal Studios. So they said yes please, and they had to take care of 2 items in Universal Studios. So when they got there, they were told that one of the items was Nicolas Cage and the other item was someone from the TV show Frasier. So they flipped a coin, and the other guy got Nicolas Cage and Ernie got someone from Frasier. So anyway, he went around to look after this this person, and when he got there, the character he was looking after was Eddie the dog from Frasier. So it was really good the way he told us. It was so funny, and he said he had a great time with Eddie, and I'd said, to be honest, he probably had the better time of the two. I don't know how the other guy got on with Nicolas Cage, but I can't imagine. He said Eddie was a great dog and very well trained as well. So he had him sitting up and shaking hands and all that type of thing. So I just want to share that story with you, because I must admit, when he told me it was just so great. And I told Ernie that I was going to mention it my channel. I told him my channel was. So Ernie, if you're watching this, I hope I've done it justice. But I really did enjoy that story. So after the disappointment of HMV being shut, I said to Deborah, well, when we're going back, and I go past Newcastle and see what they've got to offer. So I went into the HMV in Newcastle, and I was predominantly looking for the 4Ks, the 3 for 4Ks for £30. But again, there was some that didn't have the slip cover. There was ones that weren't there. So really the choice wasn't there. I was going to get ones that I didn't want, so I just passed that up. But there was one in there. I went looking at the horror section, and there was one in there that popped out, and it's another one in my quest to get these Hammer horror movies, especially the ones that have come out recently-ish. So the one I picked up was Demons of the Mind. Now this is from 1972, this movie. I did put it on to have a look at it. It looks really nice as well. I don't know anything about this movie. I can't even remember if I've seen it, because there's a long time. I used to watch these movies in the 70s on TV all the time, and I used to have a Friday night double bill. I can't remember this one being on at all. I've got no recollection of it, but I do know that with it being a Hammer movie, I will enjoy it, and I do want to finish off these last few of the Studio Canal ones that were released maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because I've let them sort of slip, but slip, pun intended. That I just need to get these ones before they just go out, and if they go out of print, then you have to pay big money for it. And some of the Hammer ones have went out of print, namely the Mummy, and you've got to pay a massive amount for that. So that's what I picked up from HMV, Demons of the Mind. Also, we went across to Poundland because we were after a few things, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at the Blu-rays because, why? I don't know why, but there might be something in there. But there was one in there that I wanted, and it was I Give It a Year. Now, this movie here, I've seen it loads of times in Poundland. I've not really been that bothered about it, but I was told by someone in the comments the other day that it does feature Rafe Spall in here. Now, I'm a big fan of Rafe Spall, and I didn't realise he was in this movie. So, of course, when I saw this, I thought, yes, and it's got a nice slip on it as well. So, I did put this on just to have a little bit of a look, and it looks really funny. It's got that kind of British humour that I really like. It's got a great cast as well. So, yeah, I'm interested in checking that out, especially after knowing that Rafe Spall was in it, and I do think he's got a great, he's got an acting ability for comedy especially. So before we left the town, I went across to the other CEXs in Newcastle, and as I was speaking with Ernie, actually, who's been to the CEXs in Newcastle, he said they're not very good, and I said, you're right, they just don't seem to have anything in them. In fact, they're getting worse as it's going along, especially for Blu-rays, I've noticed, and 4Ks. Don't even get us started about the 4Ks in there. Not one of them has got a slipcover. Now, you're not telling me they've come in without slipcovers. Now, this whole thing about throwing the slipcovers away, I just don't get it. If you're going to pay something, put the slipcover back on. It doesn't matter, does it? Wow. Anyway, so I did spot something there. Now, this has been on my Amazon wish list for a long time. Just haven't got around to buying it yet. It is the Eureka release of Madame Dewberry. Now, this is a silent movie from 1919, so it's over 100 years old. And to be honest, when I put it on, I thought I'm going to have a little look at it because I love these silent movies. I don't really know anything about it. I obviously know that it's like a costume drama, and it looks really nice. I mean, it's got scratches all over the film, but it's sharp. In some places it's not. I think that's due to the elements they're using. It probably had to borrow from here, there and everywhere. But sometimes the clarity, especially the detail in the actual image you're seeing, is pin sharp, which I just think is fascinating to look at. When you see something that's like literally 100 years old, and you know that everybody associated with this production is long gone, and this sort of this time capsule still exists. Who'd have thought it, that these people would have thought 100 plus years ago, in the future, I'd be talking about their work. So it's got 2 cuts. It's got this on. It's got another movie on actually as a sort of special feature. So these Eureka silent movies. It's got a DVD and the Blu Ray. It's got a booklet as well. I do like the fact that when I go and get these Eureka titles, if they are full, like complete, that's when I'll get one. If it had like it was missing everything, I wouldn't have bothered. But really happy to get that. Like I say, it's been on my wish list for a long time, and these ones look great on the shelves. And I do watch these ones quite regularly. Actually, I'm a big fan of silent movies. So that's Madame Dewberry. And I did spot something here which I haven't seen in a while before. I was really after getting this movie, and I'll tell you why. It is Whiplash. Now, I have got this movie, and the reason why I wanted it was for the slipcover. I've never seen the slipcover to buy, but the whole J.K. Simmons on this, his performance in here is exceptional. So if you haven't seen this movie, you do need to see it for the whole. It's not about drumming, it's about this whole person in this movie. And it's twisting turns, and it's a brilliant movie. So anyway, I wanted the slipcover because the 4K, which is usually in the 3 for 30 deal in the HMV, of course it's not at the moment, but I can get it when it is online. I can get it in that one, and I know that when it comes, it's never had a slipcover, so I'll just immediately put the slipcover on the top of it and put it on the shelf. No one will ever know. I mean, it's just really for my sort of I like my 4Ks to have slipcovers on. I think if you've got a slipcover on a Blu-ray, you just get the Blu-ray, because you just get the Blu-ray dead cheap. If you can find one, probably second hand, and then just swap it over, and you've got it on the shelves. I've done that with a couple, I think 3 or 4 of me ones that didn't have a slipcover on do have Blu-ray slipcovers on in the 4Ks. Okay, so that's the stuff that I picked up in the wild, and I did order 3 things from Amazon. So here we go. These are the ones that I got in Amazon. Let's see what we'll get here. Deep Joy. And the first one I got was The Tingler. So this is just a regular release of this movie, and I'm not that bothered about getting a special edition of it. I know it'll come out in this this big box set, but some of the indicator box sets are lovely, don't get us wrong, but I don't collect them because I think they're a bit they're super expensive, especially when they go out of print. But I've always been wanting to get this on a standalone release because if I'm honest, when I was younger, this movie frightened the life out of me. I remember seeing this, and there was some things that I remember thinking, what was it about that scared us? And then when I watched this again recently, actually on Amazon Prime, I did realise that there's a colour sequence. This movie's in black and white, but there's a colour sequence put in here, and it is quite scary actually. It was even scary today. So this movie is highly recommended by me. It's got Vincent Price in as well, so you know it's got everything going for it. It's got a great story, and I'm interested to see what extras it's got in here. I don't know anything about the extras in it, but I do know if Indicator release it, it's probably the best looking this will ever be. So that's The Tingler. So next up, Deep Joy 2 is The Poseidon Adventure. Now I've been after this one for a while. I've looked at it countless times in HMV. I've had it in my hands and everything, but I think I looked for it in Fopp and I couldn't find it in Fopp. And I do like, as I've mentioned this before, I love movies about ships, especially when they sink. I've just got this thing about that kind of it's not even a genre, but you know what I mean. And finally, Deep Folly. You know, I thought 3 out of 3, that's stretching it. I don't know. Actually, that didn't look like it was going to rip the way it was. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Right, so this one is The Prophecy. Now this is released by Eureka, and it's a brand new special edition that's came out, and I do know that I've seen this movie, but a long time ago. I think the only recollection I've got from it was that I saw it on a VHS. I got out the video library. I remember it being so dark that I don't think I could even see anything of this movie. I don't even think I saw the creature in it once. I can't even tell you what it looked like. So that's me recollection of this. But this one here is a brand new special edition. Now I know Eureka do these great special editions with a lovely slip on that. And this has just come out, so really happy to pick this one up. It's one of those ones where it hasn't been released for the longest of times, and hopefully it'll be a decent movie as well. Usually Eureka do release movies that I like. I've got that sort of faith in them that they're going to release ones that isn't sort of like a turkey, and well, it's not a turkey, it's a bear. Boom. So that's the other things I picked up my week off. Had a great time looking for some stuff. Obviously it wasn't a great time getting to HMV and finding it was shut, but it'll be open the next time I go up. And also I will get that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes changed, or my pound back, shall I say. Okay, so thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.